Welcome to the Hear My Heart broadcast, where I talk about the matters of the heart. You can't understand a person without getting to the root, which is hearing them. I am your host, Tiffany Rochelle, affectionately known as the People's Cheerleader. Here's something I want to share about me. I'm an author, a speaker, a heart and a motivational coach, and I'm so excited that you've tuned in and we have the opportunity to grow together. I'm here to encourage and motivate you to be the best you ever. If you're feeling a little stuck or stagnated, or you're having a hard time getting over some things, please know you're not alone and that you've come to the right place and you're listening to the right person to help you through that. So let's dive into today's show of Hear My Heart. Here we grow. Can I just say I have missed my Hear My Heart family? So with that being said, welcome back. I hope all has been well with you. Listen, I took the opportunity of time in between the last show season and this one to revamp some things with the show, with my life, and my business. And I have to say, I am extremely excited about the direction that we are going. I'm excited for growth. I'm excited for life. And I'm excited for healing. So to you that are listening, let me say I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm hopeful that you're going to share this show with someone. Please don't keep all this goodness to yourself. Everybody needs some healing. And even though I stated some things have changed, one thing that will remain: I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. So, here we grow. At some point in life, we got to decide to become a better person. We can't always render an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. I say to you, resist that evil. It can be very easy for you to respond in a negative way because that's something you're so used to. You're so used to vengeance being yours. You're so used to somebody hits you, you gotta hit them back. That hit me and I'll hit you back. You're so used to using your words in a negative way. You're so used to somebody doing wrong to you and you do wrong right back. But I challenge you, be better. I challenge you when someone says something crazy about you and you know it's not true, you go high. Now I felt my Michelle Obama right there. But fun fact, that's something I was taught as a kid. My granny always used to say, be better, Tip. Tip, just be nice. All right, let's get back to this challenge of being better. When you know better, you ought to do better. There's no need to respond. Why? Because your life should speak for itself. If a person knows your character, gets to know your character, or happens to meet you, what someone said negatively about you, when that encounter happens and you meet an individual that's heard negatively of you, your life should contradict what they've said. People will persecute you. People will be disrespectful to you. People will say all kinds of things about you. But just because they say it, don't let it be found true. If they go low, you don't have to stoop lower. Another thing my grandmother used to say is elevate your mind. Let's go higher. So do that. Elevate yourself. Cause people to have a nosebleed because you have elevated yourself far above where they are at, or the place in which they would like to remember you. Cause them to suffocate when they come to your level. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been up a mountain? I have. We drove across this country from Seattle to Florida, and one thing I realized is things change the higher the elevation. It's called acclimatization. There's a few things you can do to adjust quickly and safely when you're going to a higher altitude. For instance, you drink water. You can reduce your exercise, and you're going to have to get enough sleep. See, those are things you can do to adjust quickly when you're going to a higher altitude naturally. However, when deciding to take this shift to become better, it's going to have to cause people to adjust. So you're going to be leaving them thirsty. You're going to have to exercise a lot to keep up with where you are. Now, you're not exercising to keep up with them or to be down with them. Don't fold. Keep going. And they better not sleep on you. See, the minute I acclimated myself to that higher climate, it became easier to do things. The things that I found myself conforming to because others weren't happy became easier for me. Why? Because I was doing things the way I was purposed to do them. What am I saying? After you adjust, it becomes easier to hold your tongue. It becomes easier for you to start working out. It becomes easier changing your food habits. It becomes easier saving money. It becomes easier smiling instead of frowning. Now, I know you're probably getting tired of me repeating what becomes easier. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to get this in your spirit. When you start taking care of yourself and loving on you, it becomes easier to do good regardless. It becomes easier forgiving. It becomes easier not hanging with that person you know is no good for you. When you adjust, saying no becomes easier. You no longer have to hold on to the pain of remembering why somebody wronged you, because you constantly live in that moment. When somebody grieved you, but imagine letting that go and not holding that negative emotion hostage. Let it go. Do better by you. With consistency, things become easier. I know we like to say change is hard, but don't think so much of that as being hard. Change isn't really hard. It just requires consistency. It requires you to do something different from what you're used to. Begin to reward yourself for the positive behaviors that you're exhibiting. Don't allow someone to speak negatively over the change that you're intentionally doing. That's it for today's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Join me next week at this same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, in the same place that you are listening to me on. Grace and peace.